Hey guys, I just want to come to you today. I have some questions sometimes when I'm out and about in uniform of how I put everything together, where it come from, and just some general questions of what things cost and things of that nature. So I don't know if you guys are looking into doing a uniform, or you already have your uniform. Maybe there's some ideas or some tips or tricks you'd like to share in the comments for other people. But anyway, I'm just going to do a quick video of my uniform and the things I've got that I've put on it, not counting any of the electronics. Now, I'm not endorsed by any of these people that I'm fixing to talk about where I got these stuff from, but that's just where I got it, so I'm just going to let people know where it comes from. These are the elbow pads that come from gbfans.com. To my understanding, they were actually knee pads for volleyball originally in the 80s when they used them for elbow pads for the Ghostbusters. But I've seen where people, when I was looking for these, I've seen where people have taken some newer style ones and trimmed them up and painted them or dyed them. But the thing I found, it was close to it. I could have made work. They were like $20, and anytime you bought a can of paint or a can of dye, a dime, I had that in it. These are $25 from GB Fans, or at least they were at the time. So I tried to make my uniform as screen accurate as possible. It's not 100%, never will be, but I try to get it close. So there's the elbow pads. These also got from GB Fans. It was just easier for me to order everything at one time and try to get it here. When I first started this was just a Halloween project that went crazy and it's morphed into all kinds of things beyond being a Halloween. These are just the rubber chemical gloves. Like I said, I ordered them from GB Fans. I can't remember what they cost, $7 or $10, maybe $5. I don't remember to be exactly. You can probably pick these up at a hardware store, or you can probably pick something up very similar to them at a hardware store. It's just a black rubber or black latex glove would be what you would need. This is the belt that Spirit Halloween sells. It's white and it's not as thick as the legitimate pistol belt. And it's got the two little key fobs on it that comes with it. It works well. I think they're $10 at Spirit Halloween. It'll get you through. It's not close to being what it's supposed to be, but it will work, and they look good. I've seen them. My son's used them, and they work well, so that's an option. This pistol belt comes from GB Fans as well. It's the full size. You can see the difference, size difference, and the color difference in those two. But this is supposed to be more like what come on the Ghostbusters uniforms. This is a 3D printed piece I got off of eBay. Forgive me, I can't remember where I got it from, or have a link. It does come with the other piece. The other piece is mounted to my trap. Trap slides on there perfectly. I let that rest on my left hip, and works out perfect. Haven't had any issues with that whatsoever. Very pleased with that. As far as making key fobs, the key fobs were out of stock. Plus they're $5 or $6 a piece at the time, I think. I can't remember. This is a dog leash from a dollar store. I'm gonna pay $1 or so for it. It was a couple bucks probably. Come with this in, and that is just one of those quick release keychains. I put it on the other end of the dog leash that I just cut the leash to where I made it one length to be. I actually glued it together on the inside and then wrapped it with electrical tape. So that's what my key fobs look like. Nothing fancy, very cheap, but it gets the job done. Nobody I run into really knows the difference or even questions it. The patches, the uniform, come from GB Fans. I want to say the flight suit was $45, somewhere around that nature. The No Ghost patch and the nameplate you also get from them, or you can get them on eBay. I've seen them on eBay. I'm sure they're on Etsy and different places like that, where you can buy them. I just got mine from GB Fans. I was like a one-stop shop for me at the time. and I was just trying to get things done, and I didn't know of any other option at that moment. So they had it. I ordered it basically where that went to. I want to say these were $10 a pop, maybe 12 for a custom one with your name on it for the name tag. Like I said, you can get them in different places now. They're not that. $20 you can probably get a set or less. I haven't looked in a while because I haven't needed them, but that's where I got mine from, was GB Fans. If you want a leg hose, this is a homemade version. This is just a clear tubing that I got from the hardware store. It's 1/2-inch clear tubing. I know the one in the first film was kind of a goldish yellowish color. I can't find it. I wasn't going to pay the extra price to get it from GB Fans. This worked out perfect for me because unless you're a hardcore fan, you don't know there were different colors anyway. They was gold and the ones in the second movie were clear. So this piece is just one of those flashlights that goes on a keychain. It fit in the hose perfectly. Put it in there pretty tight. Wrapped electrical tape around it, and this will fit in one of the holes on the belt. So when I want to wear it, I just fish that through there and the one in the back and let it go. This is just PVC piping that I bought from Lowe's. It just screws apart. That fits in there okay. It doesn't fit in there totally tight, but I've never had it fall out. I had to put a piece in there to make it fit a little snugger. But this is it just comes from Lowe's in the plumbing department and just screws on. These two pieces here are just some felt. My wife makes quilts, and she had these two pieces, a little small piece left over, so I cut them and put on here. Basically, if I decide I'm going to wear this, once I get my uniform on, I just find where I want it on top of my leg, put it in there, and then basically just screw it down on it. And it actually does work. It doesn't come off. It's screwed in there very well. That rests against, my leg. Usually I wear my gym shorts in these things because they get pretty hot. You get some gym shorts with a pocket I can put my phone and stuff in. But if they get moved or whatever and this rubs my leg, and it's not like this plastic piece just rubbing me raw on my leg. And then you just put the hose back in it. And there you go. You got a cheap leg hose. And I probably got less than $10 in this, if that. Very easy to do. Comes on and off very quickly. I don't wear the hose very often. When I first put all this together, I wanted the leg hose because I thought it just added to it. But once you get everything else on, nobody pays attention to the leg hose. Most people don't even know they wore a leg hose in the movie anyway. So that's my uniform. That's how I put it together. Like I said, most of this stuff comes from GB Fans. You can source this stuff out cheaper. Sometimes you can find these at a military surplus store, very cheap. I say very cheap. I found some for near $20, $25 at a local one here, versus paying $50 for a new one. However, I'm a pretty big boy, so I needed a 50, 52, or a 2X. And those are hard to come by in a flight suit, if just finding one at a military surplus store. So I did find one that I squeezed into, but it was uncomfortable. So I upgraded and had to get one that was a little bit bigger. And if I don't start watching what I eat, I'm gonna have to upgrade again. But I'm not gonna do that. This is gonna be my flight suit. I'm gonna hang on to this one. So this was my Halloween project from a few years ago that went plumb crazy, and now I do all kind of sorts of things with this stuff. So anyway, maybe that'll give you guys some kind of ideas. If you haven't had anything, where maybe you can get some of it from now, or ideas of how to put it together. If you got some and you wanted a leg hose but you didn't want to buy all the stuff to put it together, because I know the little pieces that sew on, sometimes they're hard to come by. So, but that's just another way of making it. Not a correct way by any stretch of the words, but it's PVC painted tan. But you can just get creative and do things, you know, without having to go through and buy certain stuff. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys later.